Hey guys, it's Taylor here. Welcome to another episode of Padding the Shelf. Now I know it's been almost 2 months, I think, since I did my last one. I checked, it was December 29th. And coincidentally enough, I'm wearing the exact same shirt. I didn't really plan that, but that's just happened to be how it went. So I've got quite a big stack of games here for you guys that I'm going to talk about. And then I got some other cool stuff I want to talk about at the end of the episode. So first of all, I know last time I mentioned I want to get the Mega Man X and the Mega Man Anniversary Collection, so I did end up getting both of those. You'll notice that the border is kind of funny, and that's basically because I went and bought this at GameStop and they had that generic cover, and I really hate that. So what I did is I went on my computer and I made one, and it doesn't fill out all the way, but at least sideways, when I'm looking at it on my shelf, I can tell what it is, and it looks better than that generic box that GameStop has. I didn't like that. And then, again, here's the Mega Man X collection. It's got Mega Man X through 6, and then there's like this racer game on it, and this has Mega Man, regular Mega Man 1 through 8, and then there's that battle game that I believe was only in the arcades for a while. I can remember playing that at an arcade. But my personal favorite is Mega Man 4. I know a lot of people like Mega Man 2, but 4 is my favorite. I think I just played it a lot as a kid in elementary school. I like the bosses in this. It's just fun. And then I never really played anything past X4 or 5, I believe it is, but me and my friends have been going through this game. It's a lot of fun. We did some streams on this a couple weeks ago. I just love having both these games. I love Mega Man. It's one of my favorite game series of all time, so something I'm really glad I have and something I've been wanting to repurchase. So I also mentioned getting this in my last video, and that's God of War 3. I finally went through 1 and 2, and I got around to finding this for a really good price, and man, this game is absolutely incredible. I don't know why people didn't like it. I don't know what they were possibly expecting. Maybe their expectations were in the heavens and God of War just didn't deliver. But I really enjoyed this game. This is a close competitor to my favorite game that I've played so far on the PlayStation 3. Right up there with Arkham Asylum and Uncharted. I mean, this game is great. The graphics are awesome. It's not too long, maybe 9-10 hours, depending on how long you take to play these types of games, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm so glad I bought it, and the price was good, and the story is really good. Man, this is, I don't know what else to say. I'm gushing, but I really loved this game. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Next, a very highly anticipated game. I know a lot of people bought this. I bought this, I pre-ordered this, and I've been playing it a lot, and that is Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Now this, outside of Dissidia, is really the only fighting game that I have. And I think it's a lot of fun. Me and my buddy played this for 3-4 hours after midnight when I came out. And I got my team, I think. It's X23 Zero Akuma. It's pretty fun. The only thing that I really hate about it is connecting online is really terrible. Like, it's next to impossible to connect to a match, and another common complaint is that there's no, you can't watch, there's no spectator mode, and these lobbies are stupid. Like, it goes up to 8 people, maybe 16, I don't know, I've never been in a big lobby, but instead of being able to get matched up in the lobby with other people that aren't playing, you have to like wait in line, which is stupid. Like, I don't understand what that is. And then another common complaint is that there's a lot of omissions that are missing characters that people thought would have been in there. Like, Jill is locked on the disc. I've seen a video of somebody playing with Jill. So she's on the disc, but you have to unlock her through DLC in the future, I'm sure. But apparently she's not finished or something. I don't know. No Strider Hyrule, which was a little questionable. No Gambit, no Cable, no Psylocke. And then there's some questionable additions like Beautiful Joe, MODOK. A couple surprises that I thought were kind of cool was Amaterasu from Okami. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But he's a lot of fun. He's really good to air juggle people with. I like him a lot. Deadpool is just a cheap son of a bitch. I hate Deadpool, playing against him. And then She-Hulk. I don't really get She-Hulk. That was probably the worst choice on the game, I think. I don't really get She-Hulk. She's not very fun to play with. Her super moves aren't that good. I'm having fun with it. I play a match or two here and there, but I keep getting my ass kicked online. I think I'm like 20 and 33 or something like that. So, fun game. I think I'll keep enjoying that. Next, I've got a hefty pile of PSP games here. So first is Lord of Arcana. Now, a lot of people are calling this a Monster Hunter clone, and I feel like these kind of games, these monster hunting games, are almost a genre in and of themselves now, with God's Eater Burst and that kind of thing. So, not a terrible game, but it's just very average. Like, there isn't anything special about it. The item crafting is not super deep. The fighting gets very monotonous. It's really long, though. It's probably going to take you well over 40 hours to complete the game, and it's probably more fun if you can find somebody to play it with. But there is no Wi-Fi, which was really disappointing. And I actually have a full written review on blisteredthumbs.net that I will leave in the description, so if you want to know more about the game, that's probably the place to go. I gave it a 6 out of 10, with that being slightly above average and 5 being an average, so you'll get your money's worth as far as gameplay, but it's, I don't know, you kind of have to be a fan of this genre to really enjoy it. Next is Brave Story New Traveler. Now, I have not opened this yet, or it's open, but I haven't played it yet. This was recommended in Pete Dorr's RPG recommendations video, and I looked up some video of it, and it was going for a pretty good price, and I was like, what the heck, I'll get this, I love it. And at the time, there wasn't a lot of good PSP games out, so I picked it up, and I don't know, it looks cool. I'm really a sucker for these, like, average JRPGs. The story could be terrible, as long as it's got good graphics and good music, and the fighting, the battle system's okay, and the story's okay, then, you know, I'm all over it. But he seemed to have some high recommendations for it, so I'm excited to crack into this, although I've got another game that I'm busy with, and I'll get to that in a minute. Next, another game that I was talking to Pete Dorr about was Hexy's Force. Now, I had messaged him, and he said that this game is very hard to find, and I went on eBay and Amazon to just browse around, and it is very expensive. There aren't a lot of people that are selling this for a reasonable price, and I feel kind of foolish because the day after I bought this, it went on sale on the PlayStation Network for $15. But I'm not a big fan of downloading my games anyway. I love to have the physical copy, so I bought this. It was less than full retail, but not by much. I've played, I think, 13 hours. I'm almost done with the game on Levant's side. It's fun. It's very average. There's nothing special about it, but I'm enjoying it. The story's kind of fun. I like the graphics. The music's good. The only thing that's kind of weird to me is they keep calling Levant Leon, and I don't know if that's like his nickname or if like they didn't know what to call him when they were doing the voice recording or something. And they never explain why they call him Leon. They never said, "Oh, I used to call you that when I was a kid." So just kind of weird to me. I don't know what that's about. And there's also a second story with Cecilia, so there's 2 intertwined stories. You can play it twice, basically. And I'm playing the guy with Levant, and it's cool. I got, I think, almost to the end, and I had to stop because of this next game that I'm about to tell you about. But I want to go back and finish it, just to go back and finish it. And my last game, The Motherlode, the best PSP game that I personally have ever played, and that is Tactics Ogre, Let Us Cling Together. Oh my goodness, people, if you have not played this game yet, or if you do not have it, you have to play it right now. When you're done with this video, go buy it online. Tomorrow morning, go to your GameStop or Best Buy or whatever and buy this game, because there is no game more worth your money. It's only $40 full retail as opposed to a $60 console game. But man, you're going to get 80 plus hours out of this game. I'm only about halfway through, and I'm at least 20 hours in, and there's branching storylines everywhere. There's like parts in the game where it asks you, do you want to slaughter people or do you want to be the good guy and not do that? And the game drastically differs depending on your choices. And oh man, it's so cool. It's so deep, and it plays a lot like Final Fantasy Tactics, if you ever played Final Fantasy Tactics. You don't mix and match your class, though. It's more like you want a dedicated knight, you want a dedicated archer. It's just better that way. That's just how the game works. And there's more people in your party. You can have up to 12 at times, which sounds a little overwhelming, but once you get into the groove of the game, it's you just start rolling. And the battles are also a little longer. Final Fantasy Tactics battles can be pretty quick, but this game, they can last well into an hour depending on what the fight asks of you. And it's not always kill everybody, it's like kill this one guy, so sometimes the battles go quicker if you just rush to the boss. But I also heard that after you complete the game, you can go back to all the branching storylines and replay them and see what would have happened if you chose a different path. And I've already done stuff like that where I'll have a save spot, I'll take a branch and I'll see what happens, and then I reset my PSP and I go a different way and see what happens, and it is drastically different. You get different special characters, new classes become available, new plot points in the story. Like, it's just so different. This game will not be the same for anybody. I'm playing with 2 other friends, and so far neither of us are having the same experience. We all have gone different ways, and we're all experiencing different things in the game. And I'm just loving it. Like, I'm probably going to write a review online by Monday. Excuse me, and I'm absolutely loving this game. I'm well prepared to give this a 10 out of 10. The music's been upgraded, some of the animations have been upgraded. There's this new system where it allows you to rewind up to 50 turns in a battle, which sounds a little cheap, but because the battles are so long, like if you make a mistake, it could screw you over for the rest of the battle. Or if you click too fast through an option or something. But get this game, it's so worth it. If you don't have a PSP, this is totally worth picking a PSP up just for this game. I'm not even kidding. Oh, you're not gonna. There's no game more worth your money. I don't know how else to explain it. You have to get this game. So that is it for now. But a couple things I wanted to fill you guys in with. Next week I'm going to GDC to represent Blistered Thumbs, and if you don't know what GDC is, it stands for the Game Developers Conference, and that's going to be in San Francisco. And I got invited to a bunch of demos, so I'm going to be filming some demos and doing some interviews with some people, and I'm also hopefully getting some hands-on time with the 3DS and the NGP. Now, they're both supposed to be there. I know the NGP, there's going to be a presentation of it, which I'm planning on attending, and hopefully it'll be on the expo floor somewhere, and I'm hoping to get some hands-on times with it. So, if you haven't followed me on Twitter, because I'm going to be live tweeting the NGP, whatever you want to call it, the presentation. So if you want to follow second to second what's happening and what the guy's saying, then definitely want to follow me on Twitter so you can see that. I'll be there with my iPhone tweeting it out, and then also stay tuned where I may not actually be able to get the footage on my YouTube because Angry Joe is going to want it on the Blistered Thumbs YouTube, which is totally fine, and I'll just make a video and I'll say go here, 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 and you can check out this footage. So lots of cool stuff coming up. Unfortunately, I've gotten extremely busy with work, so I don't know how many more of these comedy action videos me and Nick are going to be able to make. We have some stuff filmed, so hopefully we can just edit it and put it up, but no promises. So anyways, GDC coming up next week, and probably a Tactics Ogre review coming up next week. So thanks again for watching, you guys, and we will see you later.